Hi, Democrats. Today is Monday, November 20th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Monday. So I say happy Monday, but it's really roller coaster emotion day. This weekend we celebrated the life of one of my college mates. We lost a graceful, elegant, respectful First Lady in Rosalind Carter. And we lost Bishop Carlton Pearson over the weekend. So it's been a weekend of a lot of, I want to say loss, but celebration of life. To have known these people or of these people has truly been inspiring. That's the word I'm going to use today. So it's a lot. It's a heavy, heavy day. That's the downside, right? The upside is today is President Joe Biden's birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. President. So there's a lot. It's up and down, and it's Monday. And because I do not want us to ever become desensitized to gun violence, I'm going to every Monday tell you how many mass shootings we've had in this calendar year. So it is 2023. It is November 20th, 2023. And thus far in this calendar year, we've had 688 mass shootings. And again, mass shootings are shootings that involve 4 or more people that have been shot in addition to the shooter. And so I say that to say that's how many mass shootings. But that does not count the one-offs. That does not count when 2 or 3 people are shot. That's just when 4 people are shot. So in addition to those 688 incidences, because that's not 688 people, it's 688 instances, that's not counting when one person shoots another one, or when one person shoots 2 or 3 people at a party. It's not even counting those into effect. It is past time for us to have common sense conversations about common sense gun laws. We cannot get desensitized to it. We cannot hear it and think, oh, another shooting. What else is going on? These are lives. These are lives. And we currently live in a nation, and particularly in a state, that it feels like worships guns, that isn't willing to have common sense conversations, that risking that common sense conversation, they'd rather just let people continue to get shot. Just let people continue to get shot. And where there are a lot of situations where we could avoid it, where we could reduce the amount of people who get shot in America. Speaking of things that we can reduce, between 2021 and 2023, the incidences of measles has gone up 400%. 400%. Now, what is the correlation? What happened that all of a sudden they went up? COVID happened. And all of the I know better than doctors and vaccines are horrible people came out, and people stopped getting vaccines that we have been getting for years and years and surviving. And so now measles is back. My whole generation got to skip measles because of vaccines. Measles is back. Polio. 2 generations got to skip polio. Polio is back. Tuberculosis is back because basic vaccines that have been proven, that have been saving lives, I don't know, people just took a hiatus. And now folks who could have not had measles are getting measles now. Yes, I know that people can survive measles. My mother had measles and she's still with us today. I know that people can survive measles, but measles are painful and they cause other things in the later. If you could skip your child having to have that painful disease, why wouldn't you? So I'm gonna move on from that because I'm not trying to get into a big old huge fight about vaccines, because I think the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the results. People stopped taking vaccines, and drugs that we thought we had, diseases that we thought we had eradicated have gone up. That's what happened. I don't understand how being against COVID vaccine equaled, I want my kids to get COVID. I mean, I want my kids to get the measles, but that is what happened. And speaking of risking kids, in the state of Oklahoma, we have incredibly high maternal mortality rates, meaning women are dying within 42 days of childbirth at a rate in Oklahoma at a rate that far exceeds what is happening all over the nation. So the national average is 20.1 maternal deaths within 42 days of childbirth to 100,000. That's the national, 20.1 per 100 deaths. In Oklahoma, it is 31 per 100,000 deaths. It is 50% higher in Oklahoma than it is in the national average. And we are a state who is insisting that if you get pregnant, you got to carry that pregnancy to term. If that's going to be the position we take, we should take care of the folks who are carrying babies, right? We should be taking care of the folks who are carrying babies. Now, infant mortality rate is also high. The national rate is 5.4 deaths per 1,000. In Oklahoma, it's 7.1 deaths per 1,000. So both the mother and the infant are at a higher risk in our state than in a lot of states, than in the average. And yes, we live in a state where we're forcing folks to carry pregnancy to term without regard for the safety for the for the mother or the child. Now, let me talk about something other than death, because that's kind of heavy. So let me talk about something other than death. The Attorney General is going after the funds, the allegedly embezzled funds from the Epic Charter School leaders, the folks who got arrested for embezzlement and mismanagement of funds of Epic Charter Schools. We skipped the step of blocking them from having access to the money that they allegedly stole, because I think they haven't been found guilty yet. So they still have access to taxpayer dollars. The Attorney General is going after that because it feels like that was a part that was skipped. And then more about schools. We are paying an out-of-state company to build a website to be able to handle the school voucher scheme. I should probably call it something more respectful, but I don't respect it. So we paid an out-of-state company to build a website to be able, some kind of portal, to be able to make sure that taxpayer dollars are going to parents who are sending their kids to private school and charter schools. And that out-of-state company has promised that the website will be ready. We are 5.5, 6 weeks ahead of when people start filing their taxes. We'll see how that works out. Just doesn't bode well, because at this point we should be testing it. If we're only 5 weeks out, we should be at testing phase. Haven't heard about anybody testing. That's a lot for Thanksgiving week. It's a lot for Thanksgiving week. So I know a lot of folks don't celebrate Thanksgiving because of its horrible history. I choose to separate it from its history and take time to spend with my family, who I am thankful for. We don't talk about any of that other stuff. It is a time when most of us are off and we can spend time together. So I hope that you take some time this weekend. Spend time with people you care about. Be thankful celebrate the things that you're thankful for, because it's a crazy world and we all got to get back to work next week on saving our democracy. But in the meantime, you guys have a great evening. Please be sure and join Scott Hamilton at the Hamilton Report at 6:30 on the Oklahoma Democratic Party Facebook page or YouTube page. He's going to be talking about things to be thankful for. And I'll be back here tomorrow at 4:15. Have a nice night.